Hi guys! Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Here I'm showing you just a few things out of the 1,000,001 amazing things you can do on Photoshop. I am self-taught, so if you have something to teach me, post a link below. I have more to show you, so this is just a new series that I'm doing. Subscribe and you can learn how to cut hair. You should really check out my channel. Thanks. Hi guys! Here is just a couple things I wanted to show you on Photoshop. So if you're interested, just stay and watch. So as you can see, the picture on the left is untouched and the picture in the middle is retouched, and the picture all the way on the right is just, something a little artsy. So there's like a million things that you can do on Photoshop. This is just, some things that I like to do, and I'm gonna have a series on this, so I hope you like this beginning series. So normally with every image that I bring up, I make a duplicate layer, because all you have to do is go to the top, go to layer, and then click duplicate layer, and then you can name your layer and then press OK. And I do this because if you don't like what you've done, you can just delete the layer and then start over again without messing up your image. On that duplicate layer, you can change it to dissolve, darken, multiply. You can play around with it. You can also do that when you select a layer, select a piece. You can do so much, but I'm not going to mess around with that right now. Another thing you can do is make a duplicate image, and that way you can just have the original image without any kind of redoing it at all. So make a duplicate image, that way you can work on the duplicate image, and then you can also have the original on file as well. On my duplicate layer, I'm going to fix the nail polish. It's a little bit chipped, so I just go to this tool right here. Taking the clone stamp tool, you can also choose the size that you want. So obviously I'm going to choose a smaller size, and what you do is you click the option key to what you want the color to be, and then stamp it where you want it to be, and it's going to make it red just like the nail polish. It's hard to explain, but it's a really great tool. I use this tool a lot. You can use the same tool to clean up like the hair or anything that's out of place. So what I do is I just use the magnifying glass and I zoom all the way in and just clean up everything that I think doesn't look right in the picture. Just clean it up. And you can change the size of the tool so that you can make it smaller or larger. Here I didn't like how her hair wasn't really brushed that well, so it was kind of tangled and you couldn't see the different blonde with the pink. So I went in with this dodge tool and the burn tool, and one is lighter and one is darker. And you can also change the opacity of them. So there's just so many different things you can do. It's awesome. I wasn't satisfied with that, so I went in with the polygonal lasso tool and I selected that part that I wasn't fond of. And then I went up to duplicate background, and then I went up to the image adjust curves and played around with the lighting there. I tried to feather it, but you can see that there's these lines there, so I fixed that with the spot healing brush. So it's looking a little bit more contrasted, but I still don't like the way it turned out. So now I'm going to select something from the other side. But before I did that, I probably flattened out the image and played around with the curves a little bit, which gives it a better color. Picking out the dark, and then see how you like that. I pick out the light, see how that turns out. So after you flatten out an image, you always want to make another duplicate image. And here I'm playing with the filters, and you can they have like a whole slew of filters that you can just adjust and have a really fun time with that. I swear I could be here all day and night. So every time I'm done with something, I usually flatten the image and then make another duplicate image. So here I'm taking that poly lasso tool again, and I like the contrast in the colors over here. So I'm going to take that, and then I'm going to the move tool, and I'm going to move that over. And then you can free transform that any way you want so that it blends in and looks right. Here I'm just trying to fix like the highlights, the lighter and the darker, with the same clone stamp tool. Now I'm going to get another one and place it on the other side, and then I can darken it or multiply it and try various things to help with the blending. Don't forget that after you're satisfied with this, I like to flatten the image and then get another duplicate image so I can work on something else. Now I'm just going to take the stamp tool again, and I'm going to work around the eyes and just clean up around the eyes a little bit. I'm going to make them stick out more, so I'm going to darken them, and I'm just going to sharpen them a little bit. When you're working up close, it's also good to go ahead and move to fit on page. That way you can see what it looks like, you know, normally, and then to see if it looks okay. A lot of the times I like different things, so what I do when that happens is I make a duplicate image, and that just makes another image so I can keep working on that other image at another time, and then I can delete what I've done on the original image and just keep working on that. So I'll have two different images, and that's kind of what I did with this. That's why I have three. I have the original, and then I have the one in the middle, and then I have the one on the right, the kind of artistic one. So that's what I do a lot of the times, if that just made sense. So back to the eyes, I want to darken them so that they are, you know, vibrant. And so I'm taking the paintbrush with black and I'm just darkening them. You can also resize the eyes using the stamp tool. And finally, we're just going to write your name on there, or mine, so everyone knows who did this wonderful art job. Just kidding. You can choose any font you like, and you can also change it a little bit under, I'll show you. You can also change the font size if it's too small. Double click on the side of your name here, and it'll open up to a whole thing right here where you can change the font around. You can also free transform it to make it bigger if you like. You can also change the font size. You can do so many things. And obviously you can change it to the different places. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe.